and for the Super Bowl in 2004. And the third one is also another one that played only once. It was when Dan, Terry, and I went down to Miami for the Cubs-Marlins playoff series, and it's our Miami trip open. So maybe you never heard it, as well as the Houston one, unless you listen every day. Then I got to ask yourself, will you crap it? You're listening to the best of Boers and Bernstein with Matt Abaticola on WSCR, The Score.
Hello. I love you, won't you tell me your name?
Hello.
I love you, let me jump in your game.
Bill on a car phone, you're on The Score. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Feel very blessed to have realized a boyhood dream.
Hey, hello.
Hello. I knew it.
Yeah, this is Bill on the car phone. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How you doing?
No, not too bad.
Hello.
I love you, let me jump in your game.
Dennis in Orland Park, you're on The Score.
Good morning. I just thought, are you there?
Hello.
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 Yeah, this is Dennis. Okay.
Hello.
Am I on?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
You guys are something else.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
What do they got? Is all together here?
Steve in a car phone, you're on The Score.
Hi.
Hello.
Steve.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh, we got it.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Don in Bridgeport, you're on The Score.
Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
I'm not frustrated.
Good.
I love the hello game.
You know what week this is. It's Super Bowl week. Oh, my God.
I'm going back to Houston, Houston, Houston.
There's a place called the Ripcord.
Houston, we have a problem.
Down a beer with some burly men and dig through the storehouse of naughty goods at this edgy but legendary S&M bar.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Because I'm stupid and drinky.
Roger that, Houston.
Mostly men frequent this legendary Houston leather bar, home to the infamous yet charitable Brotherhood of Pain.
Houston, we have a problem.
Unescorted women and or cross-dressers aren't particularly welcome, but male patrons needn't be leathered up to enjoy Ripcord.
Houston, we have hard dogs.
I have my buttless chaps.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
I'm drunk and my breasts are pushed up under my chin. Well, they should be.
Roger that, Houston.
I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to wear something that shoves my breasts up under my chin.
Save
and
it
I'm
for
going to be
Houston.
drunk.
I'm going back to Houston. Houston. They got me out there like I'm a criminal. It's hard to stop me. A lot of people was against me, no question about it, all my enemies. But I'm a gladiator. I got a strong mind. Probably for somebody else would it be, a little bit difficult. But it's hard to stop me. Yeah. Miami. South Beach, bringing the heat.
Personally, I like to play in the heat. I mean, it's easier for most Latin guys and easier for most minority people because most of us come from heat.
Oh my God, the heat really killing me.
Here I am in the place where I come let go. In Miami, the base and the sunset low.
We're gonna die, but we're gonna die fighting.
Everybody party all day, no words, all play, okay?
Drunk all the time.
Welcome to my room. Bienvenido a Miami.
Not intimidated by nobody, sweetie. Please.
Welcome to my room. Bienvenido a Miami.
Give me a break. Next.
I'm going to Miami.
Welcome to my room.
Don't get me wrong, Chi-Town got it going on.
The Cachorros de Chicago.
I never feel so happy and so optimistic.
Welcome to my room. Bienvenido a
streaming live.
It all starts at the top, and the top starts with them.
Live from Real Time Sports, 1120 west of Vaughan and Elk Grove Village, The Score brings you the Stewart's Coffee, Boers and Bernstein 1500th show. Presented by Huskin Chevrolet in Elk Grove Village and brought to you in part by Shannon Lumber, Balmoral Park, the law offices of David Spada, Real Time Sports, home of the Freakin' Hot Wings contest, the Pittsburgh Brewing Company, brewers of Iron City and Iron City Light Beer, Valley Blast Energy Drink, and Marconi Foods Jardinera. A long time ago, on a radio dial far, far away, a radio show was born. It was the combination of an unlikely duo, a young know-it-all rising star, and a crusty old radio veteran on the decline. Management had hoped the show would last for at least 2 months until a better show could be put in its place. Little did they know that almost 6 years and 1,500 shows later, they would still be together and doing Chicago's best sports talk, heard all over the galaxy. Here they are, Terry Boers and Dan Bernstein.
Hey, Rusty Scupper, bite me, would you? Good Lord. Well, he's right about you. I didn't know I was on the decline. I did not know that. I was a young, frisky lad. Well, I was a rising star until you dragged my career down. Yeah, I've been dragging it down for a long time now. Yep. You know what? I got to get this right. This is a very pleasant good afternoon to you. Ooh. Because yesterday I said we talked to you tomorrow night. I'm retarded. Tomorrow night you have to come to my house. don't do that. I don't think that's happening. Yeah, I don't think Terry really wants you to do that. We're going to make you several promises for the next 4 hours or thereabouts. We're going to do the best we can to keep you informed, entertained, perhaps have a laugh or two along the way. Will there be somebody hitting the seat? I don't think so. Not today. I don't think so. I think there's just fun to be had today. Maybe an occasional guest. And this is radio's best combination of rambling, gambling, and tons of la-la-la. I'm still Terry Boers. And I'm Dan Bernstein. Normally, this is the point in the show where I give you a rundown of what we're going to be doing. However, we don't have one. Matt Abatacola has declined to give me a rundown. He's taken away my toys. He's declined the starting gate. I have no computer screen in front of me. Yeah. I have no sound effects in front of me. I have nothing. I guess I don't even need a pen. He's told me just this thing's on autopilot and just to trust him. So at this point, I'm going to trust that this note in front of me is true and that we have on the phone on Sports Radio 670 WSCR The Score, The Score's lead baseball analyst and a guy who has very quickly become a score guy and a dear friend of this show. Steve Stone is with us on The Score.
Guys, I'd like to congratulate you on show number 1500 or thereabouts. I think that you sound exceptionally good in the 3 to 7 slot. I think you'd sound a lot better from 10 at night to 2 in the morning. And start thinking about that because, it could be in your future. And I don't know who the know-it-all young kid is and who is the veteran on the decline. So you guys, pick it out of a hat and figure out which is which. Well, he'd be Mike Remlinger then, I think. I'm weirdly bearded. I could be Mike Remlinger, yeah. We appreciate it. How's the crowd looking? How are you guys feeling after low these many years? Well, I think the crowd is very good. I mean, these are our peeps. It's a scary thing, but these are really our peeps. No, you know what? I feel fine, Stoney. I mean, I'm good. We miss you, though. Well, I'm getting a chance to see the eastern part of the country. I was in Philadelphia doing the game last night, and tomorrow night I'll be doing the Mets and the Yankees. So reading the papers here, they're a little tough on the boys, but I understand that although the White Sox keep rolling along at 49 and 22, the boys from the north side had some problems last evening. They did, and when Carlos Zambrano left the game, he appeared to be cursing God. He was pointing, but he wasn't doing his usual pointing, praising. He was pointing from right next to his face, and it looked like he was saying, "Damn you, you powerless deity, I'll get you, I'll find a more powerful God next time." It was really fascinating, I thought. Well, I think whenever you ask the Lord to keep your earned runs under 8, you have a problem. So last night was just one of those nights that all of us who had a chance to go out there on a major league mound experience. I remember giving up 10 to the California Angels at the time. Now, of course, that's wiped off the books because they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So, but that happens. And assuming that he is healthy, things should be all right.
Did you ever feel like when one of those things happened to you that you had good stuff, even though 10 runs seems to be a lot? Who's in that Angels lineup?
Well, at the time, they had a gentleman who was the MVP that year by the name of Don Baylor, and Bobby Grich was in that lineup, and an aging veteran by the name of Bert Campaneris was in that lineup, and Brian Downing. They had some boys who could actually hit, and they played very, very good, solid baseball. They had a guy you might have heard of named Rod Carew. He hit the ball pretty well. And so I was pitching on 2 days rest because Jim Palmer had one of his assorted ailments, and Earl was trying to teach me a lesson, how to go out there, get pounded, and have nobody up in the bullpen. And every time I looked into the dugout and looked down at the bullpen with nobody loosening up, I kept on thinking, he's going to just leave me out here to get barbecued. And that's exactly what happened. So it was one of those things, but I think I had good stuff only once or twice during my career, and normally you just get pounded and you say that's kind of the way things go in the major leagues, and sometimes your team bails you out. Right here in New York, Randy Johnson got hammered by Tampa Bay, and his team scored 13 in the eighth to bail him out 20-11, so that happens sometimes.
All right, Steve, before we let you go, what is the significance of this weekend's Cubs-Sox series for both teams?
Well, I think certainly, as far as the Cubs are concerned, they're going to have to start putting together some sort of winning streak, although right now they're still very much in the thick of the wild card race. I think they're on the verge, at least, of perhaps waving bye-bye to St. Louis as far as the division goes. But just getting into playoffs, as we know, the wild card the last few years has been pretty tough to beat. But as far as they're concerned, I think they have to start getting things together and playing consistent baseball. For the White Sox, I think that team has enough confidence that regardless of the outcome of these three games, it's not going to matter very much. I'm kind of interested to see who's going to pitch on Sunday, whether he will go with Garland on 5 days rest or go with McCarthy. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But, at 49-22, that team is doing just about everything right. So I wouldn't read too much significance into any series in June. Obviously, there's the bragging rights and all the things that we hear about, and the fans will take it phenomenally as an important series. But for the most part, it's just three more games that you do clear off your schedule. I think both teams would like to beat one another, but I think it's much more important to the Cubs than it is to the White Sox at this point with where both teams are in the standings.
Well, it is Garland for sure. I take it as Pryor. I haven't heard today. I take it it's still going to be Pryor on Sunday. I don't know if the Cubs have made that announcement. I haven't heard it, but it looks like Garland and Pryor on Sunday.
Well, it's going to be a pretty good matchup, and Burley will not pitch against them, which is something that I'm sure the Cub hitters are very happy with because Mark Burley has had just another all-world year. You're going to see a whole lot of White Sox in that All-Star game. I think it's well-deserved, and they'll certainly be very familiar with that park in Detroit. But to more important things, guys, I just want to wish you a very happy day. I think you're going to have a great show, and I look for your careers to last months into the future.
All right, homeboy. Thank you, homeboy.
Thanks, Tony. We appreciate
Take care,
it.
gentlemen. Enjoy your day, and it's well earned.
That's Steve Stone, the Score's lead baseball analyst, our guest on Sports Radio 670 WSCR The Score. We are here at Real Time Sports in Elk Grove Village. They've rolled out the red carpet for us. It's absolutely lovely. It just couldn't be a better arrangement here. Matt Abaticola is our executive producer. Thank you. And he is assisted here by, I guess, the sub-executive producer would be on site, Jay Zawoski.
You guys having a killer time?
And bodyguard.
And the man in full space command back at our Score studios is Jason Goff.
What are you doing here, Uncle Rico?
Grandma took a little spill at the sand dunes today. Broke her coccyx.
Grady.
And Frank Barber.
Your technique, it reminded me of this one move I learned in this ninja book I have. It's pretty much illegal by now, but it teaches like all the pressure points and how to kill someone, maybe with your own nunchucks.
God bless Lamont to get another check.
And our two interns, Johnny Stroke and Johnny Cannoli, who are both here, actually, on site, helping out.
And this portion of the 1500 broadcast on WSCR The Score is brought to you by the law offices of David Spada.
Our engineer is Mark Zarang. Our assistant engineer is Nick Hepner. And you will be hearing at times from the musical stylings here on site Big John Howell and the Born to Boogie Band.
Yes, he is. Surfer Big John.
Our own Paul Schaefer over there, the actual Big John Howell of our sister station, US 99.
Running a little late and running a little gay.
Well, I don't know if Ramblin' Red Rectum is going to make an appearance, but they're usually not too far from each other, so it's certainly something to expect.
That's why, not only is it the sunglasses look, he's a very handsome man in his own right, but I didn't recognize him without Ray attached to him.
I know.
It's like a leech.
If you see them driving, I mean, it's very easy to recognize because they actually have sort of that World War II era German motorcycle with the sidecar, and Big John drives, and then Ramblin' Red Rectum sits in a little sidecar. He's got goggles on and a white scarf that sort of streams behind him as they burn down the avenue.
I mean, they go to the zoo together. They go to Navy Pier together. It's odd.
They work out together. That's really frightening.
Work out there sweaty and naked. Anyway, his musical stylings will be part of today's show.
So I would tell you what else we're doing, but I can't quite.
We can't.
Because everything's a surprise
we
to everybody.
We sort of know the list. We have I have the list in my head.
I just don't know, like, in what order or...
Right. I have no idea who's who or what's what, but I have the list somewhat in my head. I have enough...
Things that are in your head have a tendency to trickle out your nose.
Tell me about it.
You have Sports Radio 670, WSCR, The Score.
Sox fan, Cubs fan, it doesn't matter. We talk about Chicago baseball on WSCR, The Score. For the latest information on what's happening in the sports world, check out our partner, America Online.
Sizzling
super savings.
only at NTB National Tire and Battery.
Only through Sunday.
Check out NTB's three-price structure. BF Goodrich
From $29.
Uniroyals
From $39.
Goodyear
And
Michelin
from $49.
And even with Michelin's from $49.
When you buy any set of 4 Michelins, you'll get a $50 check.
Direct from Michelin, good on any purchase from NTB. Plus, only at NTB.
40,000-mile radials, 4 for $99.
Or 2 for $50.
Sizzling.
Only at NTB.
Only through Sunday.
NTB will beat any other tire store's name brand tire price.
Or your tires are free.
Free.
Genuine Pennzoil oil change with filter, just $14.99 plus shop and disposal fee.
$14.99.
Sizzling summer savings only through Sunday.
Call 1-800-NEW-TIRE to be connected to your nearest NTB.
NTB, keeping the world in perfect motion.
Are feelings of depression disrupting your ability to function normally? When these intense feelings continue for a long period of time, then a depressive disorder may be present. Symptoms could include feeling hopeless, helpless, or worthless, crying spells, poor sleep or excessive sleep, difficulty concentrating, unexplained low energy or fatigue, loss of interest or decreased pleasure, changes in weight or in appetite, wondering if life is just worth living. The Treatment Research Center at Rush University Medical Center is conducting research studies for depression. Participants will receive an evaluation. And if you qualify, study procedures, study visits, and study drugs will be provided at no extra cost. Call 312